Today's episode of Cocktails and Conversations is all about honoring the power of wellness from the inside out and redefining what it means to age well with grace, purpose, and vitality. And I couldn't think of a more inspiring guest to explore this with than Karen Cummings-Palmer. As a certified health and nutrition coach, speaker, and wellness entrepreneur, Karen is a true advocate for intentional living. Her work spans continents and clients, but her mission is beautifully simple: to help people feel good, age powerfully, and live with presence. In this truly nourishing and honest conversation, we unpack what it really takes to thrive as we evolve, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Karen shares her personal philosophy on aging well, how wellness is a daily act of self-respect, and the rituals that keep her grounded and glowing. We talk about the myths of anti-aging, the role of mindset in longevity, and the deeper meaning of beauty that transcends aesthetics. Karen also opens up about navigating life's transitions, embracing quiet power, and how slowing down can actually be the key to deeper success and connection. We reflect on how to live with more ease, vitality, and alignment. Whether you're rethinking your wellness, redefining your next chapter, or simply looking for a reminder that you deserve to feel good in your own skin, this episode is for you. So pour yourself something nourishing, settle in, and join us for a conversation that's elegant, enlightening, and full of wisdom that stays with you long after the final sip. This is Cocktails and Conversations. Let's get into it. Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to Cocktails and Conversations with me, Deborah Babio. I am so excited by my guest in the studio today. You don't even understand. I'm in awe of her. And I don't think I can do the intro justice. So I'm going to ask her to introduce herself. Karen, please tell us.
Bless you, Deborah. Thank you so much. And such a joy to be here.
Oh, thank you for coming. No, seriously, I'm so excited. But let me know interrupts. Go.
We're
Tell
gonna
our
get
audience who you are, what you do, and how fabulous you are.
Well, I'll leave that bit to you maybe. But I spend most of my time talking to clients, private clients, corporate clients about health and nutrition, helping them to really feel and look their best selves from the inside out. I always say that, loads of people know stuff, right? But I get results by really working within the context of people's lives. So it's about sustainable, attainable goals that they can live by. I work with, I go in and work with teams, helping them with their general wellness, and I'll also do things like wellness menus for hotels and private members clubs.
Wellness menus. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
and again, it's about, delicious nutrition. So that's...
Oh, I like that. You hear that? Delicious nutrition. We need to trademark this.
It's always got to be delicious. So that's one half of my professional life. And the other is founding and managing and creating the skincare brand 79 Luxe.
Yes, we're gonna get into that because I'm all about that hand cream. We talked a lot about hand cream because with these nails, I always need to have my hands moisturized, and that hand cream, chef's kiss. But before we get into it, let me pour you a drink. So, just to let everyone know, Karen's going to talk to us about this cocktail that I've made her, which is, well, I don't really have a name for it, so I need to kind of name it.
Yeah, I think you got to have a name for it.
I know.
Thank you so much.
What do I name this? I mean, I feel like it's matching my outfit.
I feel like this is this is like a fuchsia punch.
Ooh, a fuchsia punch. Ooh, I like that. Actually, cheers to us.
Cheers to us, Deborah. Great to see you.
You too.
Okay, so I like the vitamin C antioxidant rich.
Oh, we're getting into it already, guys. We're getting into it, right? Yeah.
Really, berries, by the way,
yes.
Really great. Really low in sugar and really rich in antioxidants.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Like a handful of berries a day.
Nice. But like strawberries, all the berries, or
all the berries. I mean, blueberries are my favorite.
Oh, I'm not
And top tip, everybody, you get blueberries, you want them to be organic because they have very thin skin, right? So they're not protected.
Yeah.
So preferably organic. Organic berries are expensive. So I get them when they're on offer. I just get tons, chuck them in the freezer. and they defrost almost immediately. You put them in the colander, you wash them, you throw them in the blender, you're good to go.
Oh,
So a
nice. Top
really
tips.
good handful of berries in your smoothie most days.
And we're talking off camera about this cocktail and how I've made it with tonic water. And you said something really interesting. Can you just repeat that for our audience?
Otherwise, delicious.
Thank you. I'm telling you, I need to open a cocktail bar. What can I say?
It is delicious. Now, I wouldn't normally drink a cocktail, I'm not going to lie, because of the added sugar.
Right, right.
So most cocktails have added refined sugar in them.
Yes.
Lemonade. I mean, none of it's great,
Yeah.
right? But tonic water is relatively low in sugar. So if I am going to have something, if you really feel like you need that refreshing fizz,
yeah.
tonic water is a really good option. But I would say that if you could do sparkling water, if you do sparkling water, you need to really up the flavor, the natural flavors.
This is
So
it.
ginger, lime,
Yeah.
intense mint, intense natural flavors. But sparkling water is the best. Soda water, tonic water, everything else, leave alone.
Oh, wow. That's good. So, Karen, before we get into it, I wanted to ask, where did it all start for you in terms of wellness and coming to this path that you're on? Where can you take us back to the beginning?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like a lot of women, frankly, I had issues, right? I was born with really bad eczema.
Oh, wow.
Like a lot of people have eczema.
No way.
Really bad eczema. I still
You
have
could
eczema.
not even tell.
I
Look
still-
at the skin, guys. Have you seen the skin?
You know-
Eczema where?
I had eczema everywhere. My eczema was so bad that I'd scratch at night, and I would often wake up with a new bloody wound. And I really understand what it is like to be very conscious of one's skin, which has now been such a gift doing this work because I get it. I didn't just sort of wake up with no. I had really, really bad
You've
skin.
really lived it. You've gone through
really
it.
lived it. And there was a stage in my life where I remember at school, like we had form time before classes started, and I remember consciously sitting side on as opposed to directly because frankly I thought it was
You
rude.
made that conscious decision.
I made that conscious decision. I didn't want people to see, get too much of me. I would wear tights in the height of summer as a kid at school to cover the eczema. So I completely get it.
Wow, at that young age, you were literally, it wasn't like your parents, you yourself were saying you wanted to basically not let people see all of you or give them that, spare them basically because of what you were going through.
Completely. So, like skin for me is a real thing, right? The condition of skin, how we perceive skin, the impact that skin from tone to texture to color has on our lives.
Wow, yeah.
And now for me, the idea of being able to embrace and celebrate and manage and nurture and nourish is just so important.
It's so
So
empowering.
it was sort of, it was kind of deep seated. So I'd been doing skincare since I was like 10. Since I was old enough I had to put skincare, I had to moisturize and nourish my skin. So that was always a thing.
And did you do natural remedies or was it prescribed?
It was prescribed. It was,
okay.
I was a 70s, 80s kid, right? So it was prescribed. And actually, back in the day, they would use quite harsh chemicals on the skin to stop the real inflammation. Because if you're scratching like crazy, sometimes you just need something to stop it. But actually what that does is it compromises the skin over time.
Absolutely.
My mother instinctively thought, you know what? I should just not use the really strong stuff on her face. My face is the only part of my body that entirely healed.
Wow.
So yeah, it is kind of interesting. Of course, now I would never prescribe somebody that. It's about managing some stuff. Occasionally, you need some pharmaceuticals, but you need it for a really short period of time. So with the eczema came the asthma, the immunity, allergic to like dust and animals and all this kind of crazy stuff. I was brought up in the country, so good luck with that, not being able to ride horses. So I then, but it got better. It got better through my late teens and early 20s. I worked in the music industry. My skin by now was okay. It was never
Okay,
great,
we need to
but it
go
was
back.
okay.
Like you worked in the music
I
industry.
was in the
I didn't know
music
this.
industry. I was
Tell us a little bit about
rock
that.
Back in the day.
Come on, tell us. You got it. Okay, we're gonna go back to the but you need to give me a little bit of tea about this.
Okay, let me just
music.
give you like
a
a
little
snapshot.
something.
So I worked. So bit of nepotism. My cousin was a producer. It was produced by this guy who's quite big time called Simon Fuller. He says, my cousin has just
okay,
left-
guys. It's like, did you just hear that? Simon Fuller. Go
My
on.
cousin's just left college. She's quite smart, but she has no experience. She doesn't know what she wants to do. Can you give her a job? Oh, come on. Send her over here. She can do whatever. So I did whatever until a real job came up. And a small management company was signing a female band.
Right.
And they wanted like the junior manager kind of professional big sister role. So I got hired and I ran around after Eternal.
No way.
So I looked after Eternal.
No, you can't just drop that on me, Karen. You looked after Eternal.
Looked after
Eternal, like maybe some of you Gen Zs don't know, but Eternal. They were epic.
They were epic, and then Dina Carroll.
What?
And that was back in the day when, you know,
When is the Bribery coming out? Seriously, I need this tea. I'm so glad I'm getting this exclusive. Go on, tell me.
And then Dina Carroll, back in the day when management companies were so small. I remember one day the makeup artist didn't show up on a shoot. I did her makeup for a shoot. Do anyone remember maybe you're a little bit young for this, but
I'm not that
she wore
young.
this turban, this incredible, it was like an iconic image, and I did the makeup.
No.
It was just crazy. It
way.
was crazy times.
What did you do? You just stepped in and just like,
I just stepped in. It
and
was
she
like
trusted you.
We all just kind of hung, right? We
Yeah.
all hung. We
The
all just got
hustle,
on with
yeah.
it, and there was no HR department saying what. No, we just did what we needed to do.
Yeah.
So I had the most incredible experiences, and then I went to work for a producer management company. And my boss was, you know, he managed some quite big-time producers. He just signed this small production group, two brothers, two Italian brothers. They were really small. They'd done a few things in Italy, no big deal. Gets a call from a then relatively junior A&R guy for this band that were up. He was just about to sign, so nobody had heard of them.
Yeah.
So frankly, he wasn't going to go down to the record company and hold the meeting. So he sends his junior manager, me, along. The A&R guy was Simon Cowell.
Wow.
The just about to be signed band was Take That.
Wow.
And my guys that I was looking after were the Rapino brothers, and we did the first Take That #1 with Kim Mazel.
Incredible.
Could it be magic?
This is why I said I'm in awe of this woman. Like, I'm not even lying.
Oh, bless you.
Like,
So we ran around a little
incredible.
bit with them, and it was hugely successful. Did that for a few more years, and then it was
So you literally went all over the world and traveled and
Europe. I did a lot of
Okay,
Europe.
okay.
And then, you know, I was like, I love music, but do I really want to be at gigs every night and do that whole thing? So there was this hotel that was opening up, and it wanted to be very rock and roll. Because frankly, it was in a really average building.
Yeah.
It was going to be kind of, you know, like what I call entry level 5-star. There was not that much they were going to, because they weren't going to knock it down and start again.
Right.
So they needed to make it really interesting in terms of content, in terms of vibe, in terms of energy. And they had a really interesting thing happen, which was a major celebrity and his then little-known chef came and opened a restaurant, Robert De Niro and Nobu, and they were opening the Metropolitan Hotel with the Met Bar. So they gave me a job, and there were a few people working on the project. It wasn't just me, but because of my background in the music industry, they said, "Can you come along and help us with the branding and the positioning amongst the music industry? Let's get some clients from them." So I was really well connected with Sony,
of course.
through my then partner at the time, and I called up the artist relations director and said, "Listen, this hotel's about to open. Why don't we do a deal and you have your post-Brit Awards party at the Met?" It just so happened that was the year when Sony won everything, and there were all these winners with their trophies outside, and it
what
put
a
it on the
moment.
map.
Absolutely.
And so it was hugely successful. Again, not by any means just because of me, but it was a lot of luck, a lot of right time, right
absolutely.
place.
But it also, like I always say, it's about keeping those relationships, right? If you hadn't done what you've done at Sony, or you weren't as good as when you made that phone call, they weren't answering, they weren't going to give you that chance. So it's definitely, I always want to do those caveats when those moments happen. They're great, and they're, you know, it's not just luck. It's you've put the work in, you've put those relationships in.
You have put the work in, and it is a lot of that, you know, building trust and just
Absolutely.
being, you know, not like speaking badly about people, showing up, being reliable, and also not asking too much, not asking until you're due, right?
Right.
But
Can we say it again? Put in the work and not asking until you're due. There's such a, I think it's missing in this generation
Yeah,
right now.
not asking to do, but also luck. Like
Yeah.
I'm really conscious that sometimes people work really hard and they do the right things and it still doesn't necessarily happen for them.
True.
So
True.
I, a lot of luck, right? So that was hugely successful, and off the back of that, I got a lot of work for quite a few years without, frankly, really looking up. And then suddenly I had to look up, and I was like, I was becoming more and more interested in health and beauty, partly fueled by eating out so much and like
Just being
signing to
outside, yeah.
like I was like, really, I'm at Nobu again, like so so I was thinking I really want to take care of my health. Now I was never overweight, but I was just a few pounds heavier than I wanted to be at that age.
Right,
I
right,
was
yeah,
a very
yeah,
young woman.
yeah.
And my skin, although it was much better, was still not quite where I wanted to. My immunity was still a bit of an issue, ear, nose, and throat stuff. And so I thought, this is time to really focus while I'm still young, get my health in order. And I just started working with health and beauty brands, bit of marketing. Then I did a little bit of, I was asked for quotes, so I started doing a little bit of speaking, a little bit of writing. And then I was in Los Angeles. I did have a stint at Virgin Records in LA, by the way, but that's a whole other rock and roll
We're
story.
going to save that for the book.
That will be another time. So I had a few contacts in LA. I was asked to provide some content, some health and beauty content, because of course it really is the center of the health
Oh,
and beauty
yes.
universe. So I interviewed some amazing people, from Jennifer Aniston's facialist to I worked closely with Raquel Welch's personal trainer,
wow.
and I really started understanding the beauty of the balance between the Los Angeles perspective and the British perspective.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Well, the British perspective is like our teeth don't have to be absolutely perfect
Yeah.
and shiny bright white. And, we kind of like a drink, but
Pop culture is so
we're kind
cute.
of big on style and, individuality. And the LA perspective is a little bit more about perfection. But it was also very much, maybe counterintuitively actually, being healthy, working out was just what one did. It was weaved throughout people's lives. So actually, people were not necessarily like, we got to go to the gym for 2 hours. It's no, it's like, have you hiked? Do you want to rollerblade on the beach? Do you want to
It
go
was
for,
more of a social,
it just
like it
fitted into
flowed
their
into their
everyday
lifestyle.
life.
Yeah.
And I really felt that we could take something from that. So I studied integrative health and nutrition while I was there, and I came back with a really transatlantic tone of voice, I think, about the health and wellness piece, that we have a lot to learn from each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I came so as part of my study, I had to practice, I had to have clients. And I decided that I really loved the process of supporting people, as well as, the information that supports my commentary and my other work. I really wanted to work with people. So I thought, I want to do that. I want to work with people. I want to have clients, but I want to do it in a slightly, going back to my
Yeah.
music industry,
Yeah.
slightly rock and roll way. I'm not going to tell people to not drink. I'm going to say, if you're entertaining every day and you are drinking every day, can we make it one? Can we stick to one drink? Can we have something that you really love and really savor it and stick to one? And at the very most, two. I want to work with people to teach them how to look and feel their very best within the context of their
Of their
lives.
lifestyle. Right. Because it's true. I feel like with diets, when you want to go healthy, it's very much like, okay, so day one, I'm going to cut out, I'm going to go on this. And it's just so overwhelming by day three. You're like, what is this?
You're
You're
over
just
it.
so overwhelmed that you're like, you're not enjoying it, right? Because it's not part of your
Exactly.
lifestyle. You've gone to extreme, and it's very much like, I hear you having to incorporate it into your lifestyle. Me, I'm like busy, always on the go. Like I'm very much. I don't even know how I would even incorporate a healthy life. I don't know. I'm very much. It's either the extreme. I'm really eating real bad, or I'm like I'm the same. I'm like, okay, this week I'm gonna do this a juice cleanse. It's just, how do you find that balance? How do you help your clients? Like, if someone listening wants to come and work with you in that position, how do you integrate that into your life?
First of all, we're going to help you with that, so don't worry. Second of all, I don't really believe in any kind of diet per se. So it is not that they can't work, it is just that they don't. If they did, there wouldn't be this massive industry. So, people have been doing crazy stuff all their lives, and then suddenly they want to be super clean. They want to be their goal weight. They want all their issues to be resolved within 2 months.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
me. I literally go to the gym when I'm going on holiday.
this time is going to pass anyway, so why don't we just make sure that when you work with me, I
Yeah.
want you to not have to see me again. You can have checkups seasonally or once every couple of months, but I want us to be done whenever our time together is finished, whether it's 6 weeks or 6 months. Doesn't mean you attain your goals
Right,
in that time. It means that you have all the tools that you need to do so in time. And I know that willpower is not a reliable vehicle.
It's not.
You won't get there because of willpower. If you put French fries in front of me every day, I'm going to eat them.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Same.
So when people know, for example, that there's no point, spending all this money on this fancy cream and then having a ton of refined sugar that's going to break down the elastin and the collagen. It's never going to counterbalance. The fancy cream is never going to counterbalance that. So if one is very concerned about the age management piece, which is where I really like to get stuck in with clients, then it's quite easy to say, you know what, I'm maybe not going to pick up the pudding, or the cake all the time. And also, for many people, cake is simply a metaphor for comfort, right? It can be, do you want to really speak to a good friend? Like a real, like pick up the phone. Could it be lighting a candle? Could it be having a hot bath? Could it be going for a walk in nature? Cake is nearly always a metaphor for comfort.
Wow.
And when it really is about the cake, because you're in Provence on holiday and you're having the most delicious whatever, then it's all good anyway.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
going to do you harm
Yeah.
to eat it in that conscious,
Yeah.
occasional way when you really, really enjoy it.
Wow, when you say that, because I binge and I snack a lot, and literally it didn't register until you just said it. When I'm having that, it's not like I want it. It's just I'm just feeling like so overwhelmed or overtired or something that I just want that comfort. It's not about the cake. Oh my god, that just literally registered.
And
Wow.
when you do that, so with my clients that are for whom food, and by the way, I would say that I know of the people I know very well, right? Of course, you don't know everyone, but my good friends, family, and my clients, I would say that 90% of people have had a somewhat toxic relationship with food. So it is very normal. First of all, it's very normal and it's very human. But I think that when you really reframe that, and I will ask people that are really struggling with it, okay, I'm not saying don't go and eat that entire bag of kettle chips. I am saying, give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes. And in that 20 minutes, I want you to write down your feelings. I want you to sit with them. I want you to identify what it is that you think you need right now in this moment. And then I want you to crank up some music and dance. And I'm guessing that about 70% of the time, people don't then need to go for the kettle chips, or they'll find a way to to eat in a conscious way, to have a handful of kettle chips. So a lot of the work is not just about telling people what to eat, because a lot of people know, right? They
Right.
certainly have
Yeah.
some
Knowledge.
information.
Yeah.
It's about helping them to reframe and really understand their relationship with food and therefore their bodies.
Oh wow. And when you obviously came into this path, how did you find your first, how did you convince someone to be like, this is the way of thinking? Because like I just said, I'm so used to that way. How do you bring someone to get them into that conscious of actually it's not about the food, it's that, how do you get them in that to be able to write the thing down? Because normally it's like, I'm not writing down, I just want the kid. I just want the chips.
I think my very first client was I did a wellness pop up when I was in LA, and the marketing director of the hotel had moved from LA. She was German actually, and she had moved from LA back to London to work with another hotel. And she had struggled a little bit with just started talking about it in LA. She was my first client because she could see the work I was doing there. And we had really great results. And so that gave, it was wonderful to see her evolve. But she then, the word of mouth kind of
Yeah.
started from her. And I think it really is because I understand myself, what it is like to have to, I'm never going to be I mean, I drink alcohol, right? I like alcohol, but I've never struggled with alcohol as a, in excess.
Yeah.
I've never smoked. I've never, so if I was going for something by way of self-medication, it is likely to be, a bag of chips. So I kind of understand that psyche in the first place. But it's also about I always say to my clients, we need to do a deal. At every point that I say, we need to do this instead of this, my stuff is going to work, but you got to stick to it. So if you tell me that there's no way you can stick to it, let's do another deal. I'll give you another solution to move you away from that. So if somebody's addicted to Coca-Cola, I will never say to them, drink matcha instead. Because that's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
I'm going to give them a solution that in time helps them to crowd out the bad stuff.
Right. Oh my gosh, like that, literally, you're blowing my mind, to be honest. Like, it's so, things are just like literally clicking in my head, and it's just like, oh my God, what you're saying it's like the light bulbs are going off. But anyway, I want to go back to skincare and your eczema and how that journey brought you to 79 Luxe.
So I, slowly it started healing, and then I started doing this work. I'd always eaten pretty well. Grew up in a family where we had real food, very healthy, but I started adding in healthier food that was really going to support me, cutting out or almost eliminating dairy and refined sugar. Just having the stuff that I really love. So I really enjoy a glass of red wine. So I decided, I'm going to keep that in my life, but I'm not going to have, stuff with loads of sugar in.
So you're basically not saying to like strip everything back, but really go after the things that you do love. But then it's like interchanging things. It's not the be all and end all. Okay, cut out the Coke, even if it's Coke Zero or whatever. It's very much
definitely not Coke Zero, by the way.
Oh really? What we got against Coke Zero?
It's like real sugar or fake sugar. Real sugar is not good. Fake sugar is worse. And by the way, the fat cells are responding to it as if it was, sweet as sweet as sweet. So on every level, it doesn't work. And if you look at the rates of obesity, they have skyrocketed since the introduction of processed foods and things like fake sugar. Yeah. So that is not the answer either. So it's all bad.
Right.
It's all bad. But to your point, it's not about control. It's about consciousness. So that is the key, which is why if I want a glass of wine, I'm having a glass of wine because I'm having it consciously. And so whatever somebody's thing is, if somebody really loves a bit of cheese, I'm not going to say don't have cheese.
Yeah.
Just have cheese once a week.
Yeah.
If you don't have any issues of asthma or eczema or any kind of, that sort of inflammatory issues, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of cheese, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Absolutely. A lot of people find it hard to digest.
Yeah.
But if it's not an issue for you, then just have it occasionally.
I'm not a cheese person, so I wouldn't know, but I don't know. I can't ride with cheese. Cheese is,
you can't ride a cheese.
It just doesn't, I don't get it. People are like, what do you mean? Oh my God, I love cheese. Like when I go to Paris, do you want some cheese board? And my friend loves a cheese board. And I'm just like, no, none of the cheeses, please.
Well, you're lucky. That's not an issue for you.
I don't get it. But I do understand people do love, that richness of the cheese
salty,
or
fatty
this.
thing.
Yeah, it's all of that. But it's moderation, like we say with anything, right? It's all about how do you interchange things into your life to kind of, like you're saying, the inside out. If you want the clear skin, it's all great having this amazing cream, but then you're eating, processed foods and drinking Coke Zero, and it just doesn't make sense. So
Absolutely.
It's like finding that.
So skincare is a multi-layered affair, right? So it is absolutely your nutrition. Well, first of all, actually, it's your thought.
Oh, wow.
It's the
Tell
thought.
us more. What do you mean?
Well, I think if we can just, we've all got stuff coming at us, right? Yeah. That's how we manage it.
Oh, yes.
So, we all go to dark places. We all, but it's about sort of, again, being conscious and trying to pull that back on whatever you need, whether that's some meditation, whether that's being in nature, whether that's music. So just, being conscious of one state of mind and how we respond to the stuff coming at us. And then what we're reading on, every day. How do we nourish our bodies? And then it's the additional, the supplementation. A lot of people say, do we need supplements? I'm like, no, you don't. If you cook your own food, you grow organic, you don't have any stress in your life, you don't have any pollution, you don't need it. I need supplementation.
We need it. We live in London. I think there's
nearly
pollution
everyone
alone.
I know, right? So it's supplementation, but then it's tools. I don't do tweakments. I'm not judging, but I personally don't do tweakments, and my mission is to not have to do tweakments. But if you don't do tweakments, then it's a lot of other work.
Right.
So treatments, I believe in, and then topicals. So it's a really multi-layered affair.
Wow, it really is. I mean, it's working for you because that skin is skinny. Your skin
bless
is
you.
skin in. Because every time I see you, I was like, Karen, what are you doing? You're like, it's from the inside out, Deborah. It's from the inside out. I was like, I wish I could. But I'm on the go eat my Snickers bar. Like, I just need that sugar.
We're gonna stop that.
I
By
know.
the way, I used to be obsessed with Snickers, like as a kid, as a teenager.
I'm so obsessed.
So I didn't want to. I haven't eaten a Snickers for at least 30 years.
What?
Is it called marathon before or after? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Like it was marathon. Yeah, I think it was a marathon. Then it went to Snickers. So I haven't had one for at least 30 years. But I have got my own reconstructed Snickers recipe.
What?
I'm gonna make sure you have
Okay,
it.
we gotta let the people know. Reconstruct the Snickers.
Yeah.
Because right now, what I do is I don't have the whole bar. I half it, and then I save a half for. I know I'm trying, but look,
But
you
that's
see,
pretty. That's great though that you have that control.
It's literally like now instead of having the whole bar, I half it and then I put the other half in the fridge. I have that, and then like I'm like you said, that consciousness. I know I shouldn't eat the whole thing. I know it's not good for me because literally a couple of days later, then my skin is breaking out, and I know when I eat bad what it's causing. Right, like when I have all the cakes and stuff, I just know
All the cakes.
it is all the cakes. I love me some cake. It's very much my skin feels weird or my body feels weird. I feel lethargic or like I'm not like the energy's not there. Even though it gives me that energy boost at that moment, so I can
Superficial.
feel the effects way after. Yeah, the crash comes
Then you
real fast. So it is that conscious effort to I am 0 to 100. It's very much binge, then a juice cleanse, But it's from what you're saying and how the light bulbs are hitting off. It's very much actually, do I need that? So before I pick up the Snickers, before I pick up the cake, before I pick up the crisps, it's very much, do I need it or what am I feeling? So it's
Exactly.
now really getting my brain and my subconsciousness to listen to that before just reaching for it and just going for that. So that's been that's my
Exactly.
takeaway for today. That's incredible.
Well, good. And let me just give you something. But if I give this to you, you got to promise me.
Oh gosh, she's gonna get me on camera. She's gonna
You
get me
got
on
to
camera.
promise me that you are gonna replace the Snickers with this forever, because I'm about to give you a real gift.
Ooh.
So you can't be doing both.
Wow, I feel so privileged.
Like
Go on.
you're gonna
Yes,
not buy
yes.
the Snickers, and you're gonna do
Yes.
this instead.
Okay. But okay, before you give it to me, I'm time poor. So please don't
I
give me
promise
something.
you, after you've actually gone and bought the product,
Okay.
this will take you less than 2 minutes.
Oh,
to
okay.
prepare.
I can definitely do that.
So you got to go and get some really good quality peanut butter. Manny Life is the best, or Pippin
Let
Nut.
me stop you there. I don't like peanut butter. I know it sounds stupid. I
But
know
you like
because I like
Snickers.
Snickers. I know. Please
Have
don't
you
judge
have
me.
you used Manny Life?
Manny Life, no,
There's
I
peanut butter and there's peanut butter. This peanut butter, if you like Snickers, I promise you
okay,
like it.
Manny Life, okay,
So
I'm gonna-
you go and get Manny Life.
Where do I get that?
Peanut butter, like a health food store,
okay,
Whole
cool.
Foods, And
Manny
then
Life, okay.
you take a spoonful, like a dessert spoonful. You put in a little jar, a little bowl, like a really beautiful, pretty one would be great, or a little glass.
Okay.
And then you take some raisins,
Okay.
little handful of raisins. You
Yes.
pour that over the top. Then you take some raw cacao, again from the health food shop. And you take a heaped teaspoon, you sprinkle that on top. Then you take some coconut syrup, like a teaspoon max, or level teaspoon, half a teaspoon.
Right.
And then you take a couple of drops, or maybe 3 drops of vanilla extract.
Okay.
You mix it all, and you just should give you about 4 teaspoons full.
Okay.
That is your deconstructed Snickers.
Wow. That sounds delicious.
It's
that sounds even
delish.
better than the Snickers.
It's delish with no
It sounds-
toxicity.
Guys, you literally just got a free gem here. I hope you understand that. Like, you understand? This is what I'm saying. I'm in awe of this woman. I can't even begin to explain. I hope you're listening. I hope you put some notes down. Obviously, rewind and watch it back. But wow, I to be honest, I'm very much. That sounds delicious.
No more Snickers.
Yeah, I can keep the promise. I can keep the
Excellent.
promise. No more Snickers. So tell me, back to 70 Night Luxe. Tell me how do we go from obviously helping your clients to, because launching the skincare, it's not for the faint. Launching anything, it's not for the faint-hearted. So tell me how you kind of started in that journey.
So I had the best of everything that I could recommend to my clients, right? From the best vitamin C, omega-3s, collagen, etc. Incredible topical skincare that I could, ask them to go get. And I couldn't find anything for the body that I thought was really good. I was using some stuff that was good, like it was good, but I didn't really love it. And I was talking to a couple of friends and my family, and they were like, well, why don't you just do it yourself? And so, to be honest, I thought I just couldn't say I didn't get on with it. So I felt compelled to do a bit of research, make a few calls. I'd worked for other people's brands, so
Of course, you've been in that world.
I knew manufacturers, and just produced the first product, which was the balm, which was the out of the shower, out of the bath, every day, all over. Didn't want it to compete with anyone's perfume. Wanted it to be largely natural, not necessarily like if we want a chemical in there because it's skin enhancing, we'll put it in there, but largely natural, largely organic. Wanted the packaging to be beautiful because I wanted it to be a multi-sensory experience. Want it to be really rich but not greasy. And so produced the balm, and then it all flowed from there.
Oh, wow. And why that name?
So the design was, knew what it was going to look like. Had the packaging. The packaging is looks like black glass, but it's actually biophotonic.
What? Say that?
Biophotonic glass, which is it's like a deep violet black glass, and it helps preserve the life force of the ingredients. So it had to be that because it's just the best. And I love white and black and gold, just classic, really simple. And wanted it to be quite gender neutral. Had everything but the name and not, 50 grand to pay a branding company. So I was sitting around brainstorming, and I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful? I like a number.
Yeah.
I thought, wouldn't it be nice if the atomic number for gold, because gold is a very unusual ingredient that happens to be in the skincare.
Wow.
So we have gold, colloidal gold in the skincare, and then we have a little bit of the color comes through the luminosity. So gold's a bit of a theme. Wouldn't it be great if the atomic number for gold was aesthetically pleasing? Didn't know what it was. Googled 79. Then I was like, what's the energy around 7 and 9? Is it, so checked all that out, all good, and called it. I was at 79. Then Luxe obviously suggests luxury, but it's actually a unit for luminous light. Wow. So that is how the name came about.
How incredible. Like, this is so thought-provoking. And so it's not like it's just like, oh, I picked this name. Like, everything is so... And when you see the product, you will understand why. It's so beautiful.
Talking of seeing
Just
the product...
Look at this! Guys! I mean, look at it. So luxurious. Oh, and the packaging. I love a good gift.
Have you had the balm? I don't think you've ever... This is
feel like I've got the
all over
hand
every
cream.
day. Yes, you've had the hand cream.
Yes, I've had the hand cream. I mean, look at it. Look at it.
Balm.
Oh, ooh. Literally, everything you just said, it literally just encompasses this. Like, it's to the nose. It's so beautiful. Live, trying it out.
It's gonna
Pump,
a few times.
we have to always pump a few times. Oh, look at it. So luxurious. And it looks golden. Oh, guys. I mean, it's rich, but it's not oily. And and it goes well with my nails as well, guys.
And the idea of the
Smells
brand
divine.
is really to nourish, protect, and
That's
illuminate
the word. Nourish.
all of the
Nourish.
skin on every
Nourish. So good. Look at it. Look at it. It's. I mean, I'm biased, but go and try it yourself seriously, because like I said, I'm in awe of this woman. So when you took the product from idea to launch, how long did that take?
I mean, it sort of feels like all my life, really, frankly. Like I got looking for really good body care, looking for really good body care, but in this sort of very focused way, a couple of years. So it was self, a little bit of friends, a little bit of what's in your pocket, no major investment, And so it really, all the money went into the product, and it was going to have to be organic. There was no
So this is safe
opportunity.
if you do have eczema, like if our listeners are listening.
Yeah, so what I
and
say is this is great for eczema prone, sensitive skin. Now, if you've got a major flare up, so the skin is broken, for example,
yeah.
that product actually is not the perfect product for it because it has a little lactic acid in it. Lactic acid is really excellent for smoothing the skin.
Right.
So some products have a high level, which means they work really quickly, but they cause sensitivity.
Right.
So we put a small amount in, which means over time, you know, those bumps, it smooths and diminishes them over time. And
feels
it's
so
very
beautiful.
well tolerated by sensitive skin.
Yeah.
But if your skin is ultra sensitive, it's actually not. And the same with the oil that we have in the range. Essential oils, pure, concentrated, exceptional oils are effective. And if they're effective, that means they're very active. So again, if your skin is really, really angry, it's not the place. However, the hand cream, which is, we call it the cream, right? It's cream, but it's cream essentially for the hands.
Yeah.
It's protective, it's antimicrobial.
It's luxurious.
but
It's very
incredibly
luxurious.
soothing.
Yeah.
That is what, when I have a flare up, which I have much less now, much less often now, but when I have the odd time where my skin flares up, I use that anywhere,
Really?
on my face, around my anywhere that I have a flare up. You can use it on a baby's face.
Yeah.
It's so soothing.
I do
and
like to
so
use it on my
natural.
elbows and like where I feel like I'm just that my skin, because I've got combination skin. I've got dry skin but also oily skin. So I feel like when I use, I mean, look, I'm telling you guys, but I'm just like doing this to myself because it's so beautiful. It's I don't know, I can't put it into feeling, but it's that I just feel like I just want to keep doing this. I don't know what it is.
Well,
But
good. That's
it's
what
that.
we
It's
want.
that. It's literally that. The product is so good, and it's really everything you said about it. It encompasses it from the packaging to the actual products. Because some products, the packaging is good, but then the product is not. There's no shade to anybody, but it's not. So it's just literally everything you've said. I feel like it's the essence of you, and you've embodied it, and seriously, it's so true. I wouldn't. It's not because when you're on the couch, I would say I'd be like, yeah, it's great. I wouldn't.
It's all right.
I wouldn't. But there's something about it. There's something about it, and I love it when there's energy that's been put in it. There's thought that's been put in it. It's not just you're putting a product just to put a product. You know, and it's like in this day and age, there's so much products. There's all of that, right?
Exactly. There's so
it's
much.
like-
There's so much. And I felt that it had to be everything. We have 5 products now. Everything had to be the best in category that I had ever used. Because otherwise it felt irresponsible to just put something else out.
Oh, amazing. So I'm going to wrap it up now because I could be on this couch for days. But I want to know quick fire rounds.
Yes.
What would you say do you have any like skincare rituals that you do apart from obviously eating well, everything we spoke about? Is there things that you're like, and it could be anything that you do to just really feel luxurious and wellness at the core?
Yeah, so I would say just whatever product you're using, really don't just show it to your skin, really massage it in. Like it's really helpful. I actually use our oil because you can use it head to toe. I use that on my face in the day, and at nights I'll use the active. So whatever your go-to daytime thing that you love, just be conscious of protecting and nourishing and illuminating in the day, and repairing and rejuvenating at night. Looking for ingredients like vitamin C, marula, rosehip, hyaluronic, squalene, those kinds of ingredients. And then I would say pick a treatment that you can do regularly. Now, if one can afford to go and have a facial that's fantastic. But actually, once every couple of months, it's a pamper. It's lovely. It's relaxing, but it's not necessarily going to support your skincare. So I would say if you can get something at home, I use something called the Zip, which is nano current technology. I zip today for you. It's like a really intense technical massage, and it stimulates the muscles. And so it's really
So it's
good
like a
for-
machine that you
Yeah,
use?
it's like a little small it looks like an
right.
old-fashioned computer mouse.
Okay.
And I would say for the 45 pluses, which is obviously my lot, that's a really
And me,
good-
I'm in my 40s.
45, late 40s and 50s, I would say something that's lifting and toning. If complexion issues are more your thing than an LED mask, if you can do
Okay.
both, that's fantastic. But
So you think
choose,
those work? 'Cause
they do work, but they're not
I'm
magic.
so in between with that because I see obviously it's now with social media, you see it all. Like everyone's got their LED and doing their emails. I'm like, is that really a thing?
It's a thing, but it's not a huge thing.
Okay.
So it's just another layer. So you've just got to think, what's my, if unless you've got an endless budget, you've got to think, what do I really need work on? Is it my complexion? Is it blemishes? Or is it, for most people, 40s plus, it's more about lifting and firming and keeping
Right.
everything
Right.
taut. So choose something that you can do regularly at home. And then if you can also support it by going to see an expert occasionally, fantastic. Stick to a great skincare routine. Minimize the amount of sugar in your diet. Make sure, obviously, you take all of your makeup off every single
Oh
night,
God, I'm guilty
religiously and thoroughly, and then use sun protection in the day. And by sun
Yes.
protection, I don't just mean layering with loads of SPF, right? Because first of all, it only lasts for 2 hours. I mean, think about sun protection in a holistic way. So yes, sometimes that's if you're leaving your house and you're going for a walk in the park and you're getting loads of exposure, of course, putting a cream on is really great. But actually, it's also about maybe putting a hat on, maybe wearing sunglasses, maybe
Oh, I can
just
do that. I wear sunglasses everywhere.
being conscious of the window you're sitting next to,
Yes,
right?
that's
Because
so
it comes,
true.
you don't get the good stuff, the vitamin D through the window, but you get the stuff that damages your skin. So maybe changing sides. So just being conscious of sun protection. And then just, you got to inject some joy, some age management joy into your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Joy. Literally. Oh, that's been so beautiful. I want to end. I always ask my guests, I'm trying to have better, uncomfortable conversations because I feel like that is a key to really progressing as a community, as a society. I don't think we especially in the day of social media, right? Everyone presents their best selves. No
Yeah.
one ever wants to be seen or be cancelled. But I feel like having uncomfortable conversations are helpful. I want to ask you for your advice.
Yes.
Have you ever had an uncomfortable conversation? If you want to share, what was it about and how do you handle uncomfortable conversations? 'Cause I'm sure through even making this product, you've had uncomfortable people who want to push back, people who don't think you can do it. How have you handled that?
I mean, lots of uncomfortable conversations. I think that, and it is not about perfection, right? I failed, I faltered, but I think when I believe that uncomfortable conversation, that difficult thing that I've said, that unpopular thing that I've said, I just ask myself, is it anchored? Is it rooted in a place of love or in a place of positivity? Am I, and if I can say, I will never attempt to hurt anyone. So you're just, sometimes you got to tell some people the truth, right? Sometimes you've got to correct people. Sometimes you've got to stand up for yourself. But if you know that you are never doing it from a place of trying to hurt anybody else, then I think that certainly makes me feel better
so
about it.
key.
It makes me comfortable with
Yeah, it's
the
uncomfortable knowing you're coming from a good place,
Yeah.
knowing it's a conversation that needs to be had in order to progress forward, not in a malice way or not in a negative way. That's just the nature of that's really helpful. Thank you. That's so beautiful. Okay, last question. You've spoken a lot about joy.
Yes.
What brings you joy? What brings Karen joy?
Well, I mean, just something I can do for myself every day, which is crying out. I got to dance every day, and I've got to be in nature.
Oh, what music are you dancing to?
It could be, the days you just start off with classical,
Okay.
and then you often end with reggae, soul,
Oh,
whether it's
nice.
a Marvin Gaye, a Stevie Wonder, I mean, I just
Yeah, yeah.
some
Good
good reggae.
choices.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've just got to crank up the music. And then I love being in nature. I love nice things. I like fancy places, but I love being in nature. I'm privileged enough to live near the water and near trees, and early morning walks. That's really, really joy. So those are things that I can easily inject into my day. And then, of course, time with loved
Friends and
ones,
family, of course.
always.
Oh my God, I could chat to you for like forever, but I just want to say a massive thank you. Like, I appreciate you so much. From the moment we met, I remember like you literally stopped me on the street when I was trying to rush from somewhere. I don't know where I was going, but like Karen came up to me and then I feel like I've known you forever, to be honest. And it's just been a joy every single time. And your support always, like it's I don't say enough, but it means the world to me. Seriously, it really, really does. And having this moment with you on the couch has been so special. And thank you for coming to Cocktails and Conversations.
Thank you so much for
I hope
having
you've
me.
had
It's
a
been
good
so much
time.
fun, and I'm so proud of you and everything you're doing.
Thank you. Oh, guys, I've really enjoyed this episode. I hope you can tell. If you can't, I don't know what else I can say, but it was beautiful. It was enriching. I hope you got a lot out of it. So if you want more episodes like this, please subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.